I haven't fucking started the thing yet!
What, you said you were gonna? I saw the messages.
Yeah, I was going to, right? Did you see the exclamation mark? Did you? Right, you sit there and wait. You sit there and wait. I said, shall I start? Right, might as well. Okay, I'll start. Do you see an exclamation mark? No, you don't.
Might as well. Okay, I'll start, as in I am starting.
No, I put an exclamation mark, which is we have started.
No.
Right, that's because we haven't actually started.
Well, we're not gonna start then, are we? Look, I'll do an exclamation mark. Now we've started.
Well, we actually have, so, you know.
There we go. Hello and welcome to episode 293 of Tenno Clock, where we proved Xeno wrong.
It's a good 48 seconds of just whinging at each other.
I'm proving Xeno wrong, which is the most important thing ever, because he is wrong. Anyway, moving on. Hello and welcome. I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno Going, and for this week we have our special guest, Yumikana. Am I saying that right?
Yes, more or less.
Huzzah! So this is one of Xeno's Patreons.
Yeah, I'm the guy who used to ask a whole bunch of questions every week.
Yeah, Yanis.
You used a different name.
Yes, Yanis. I literally just said it.
No, but he told me earlier he used one name for everything. You see, he lied to me. Yanis has lied to me.
Yes, but when I registered for Patreon, I used my Facebook, and so that defaulted on the real name.
Oh, that's rude.
Does it?
Yeah, Facebook doesn't allow you to have like pen names or anything like that, and you have to. Yeah, you have to have your real name, and you can only have. Sorry, your names have to be two. You have to have a first name and a last name. You can't force it in any capacity to only have one. Like you used to be able to by tricking it to which region you were connecting on, but they got wise to that and stopped it. And it's just like, why? Why can't I name myself how I want to? Why do I have to use my real name? F off.
Patreon. But enough complaining.
That's Facebook, not Patreon.
This week. Oh, it's Facebook. Right. So we have, as we start every week, with our emblems. Does our guest have emblems, Xeno?
Yeah, it's in bloody chat. You can bloody read it.
I know.
Yes, I see them.
Right. It's a bit, Xeno. It's a bit. You gotta get rid of the bits, Mr. Wrong. Get rid of it. Right. Anyway, so the guests may use whatever criteria they wish to decide which is the superior emblem this week. We have two emblems.
I'm gonna go with the scythe one.
Yeah.
No, I'd go with the scythe. It's a banana scythe.
It's also a hate scythe. Hate banana, rather.
The hate banana.
Banana hate.
There we go. I am full of hate. It is true. Right, there we go. So that, I believe, is Xeno's emblem this week. Well done, Xeno. He wins this week. So
and every
we move on to our...
Dojo dusting time! So, actually, no. So, if you want a chance to win 150 platinum on your platform of choice, go into the description below. You'll see a... Thanks, Loz. Go into the description below. Yeah, that came through on the speakers. Yeah.
That was intentional.
Thanks. Go into the description below. You'll find a link to a Google form where you can actually see last week's emblems. Select the one you want. Select the one that you like the most. Enter your in-game name. Choose your platform of choice. Make sure you spell your in-game name correctly. And next week, you will have a chance of winning 150 platinum for your platform. Switch is really easy to get platinum for. Seriously, it's like 2 people enter each week. Right? I'm not kidding. Like, one person has won, like, nearly every week. Yeah, it's crazy low number. It's free platinum. Right?
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
What else is there? Switch. Yeah. So, go, what? Dojo dusting. We're going on Dojo dusting now. Right, so first thing on Dojo dusting is how we're going to actually do 10 o'clock while we're out in Canada. So what I think Loz and I have agreed to do is we'll do 10 o'clock I think on the we'll be looking to release it on the Wednesday after TennoCon, because we'll be out there for the weekend. No real opportunity to record it and things, so we'll record it on the Tuesday when we're back and get it out on the Wednesday.
And if we pre-recorded anything, it wouldn't be up to date after TennoCon news, so what's the point?
Yeah. And then the other dojo dusting is, I can't find my hat! Because someone's going to say it in the comments. So.
Right, well, I'll wear my special hat that hurts me for this episode.
Why are you wearing that?
Because it hurts me, and it's special.
Is it because you need to stay awake or something?
No, I just... This other poor hat is just so worn and why don't they sell us new hats? This one's
yeah, I'm kind of sad. F is that hat? Bugging me. I found it.
He doesn't want... Just let everyone know, he doesn't use that hat for any other purposes apart from recording. So why it's not just on a wall or hook or something?
No, but it's typically on my desk, and all I have to do is just lift off headphones. Sure. Anyway, let's not digress. Anyway, so dojo dusting. Moving on to the cards. Yes, that's the thing we do. So, Yanis, you'll actually get to... Sorry, Yumi, you'll get to actually say stuff now. I apologize. Right, so... First card. How long is acceptable for Nightwave downtime? 75 people responded. 10% said that they didn't care. 13% said maximum 1 week. 32% said maximum 4 weeks. And then 44% said maximum 2 weeks. What I said. What did you say, Yumi? Assuming you actually said anything.
I don't think I haven't had a chance to watch. Didn't have a chance to watch this episode. I've had a very busy week, but I probably go with 2 weeks too. Although
You said a month last week.
I've changed because basically in the last week I've logged into Warframe and I've missed my night. There's no Nightwave to do, and I'm like, I've changed. 2 weeks. 2 weeks now. 2 weeks. Yep. I've changed.
Yeah, from what I understand, a lot of people are having problems since they're with Nightain right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you are aware. It's not actually a topic this week, but they did a dev workshop which covered an intermission Nightwave setup. So they're looking to give us easier access to Nightain and things like that. Like the first tier is 100 Nora credits. It's just like, well, yeah, there's your there's all the Nightain you could want forever.
Wait, so you're saying that they're coming up with, like, when a Nightwave season ends, it'll go into out of season Nightwaves, which are just basically Nora credits, and so you can always gain access to them.
That's not confirmed, but at least for now, because they were hoping to get Nightwave season 2 out the door now. Right. But they're struggling to do that. So they're doing this one, which is only 15 tiers, and then they'll switch over to the new one.
Yeah, when it comes to Nightain, for me, it's kind of a thing. But because one thing about why I don't particularly have any dislike for Nightain is because I play Fortnite. It's a PvE mode, and any person who has played that game will never complain about Nightain ever again.
Oh yeah.
Yes. There is so much worse. There are 4 Nightains, and the first one, which you need the most of, it's really hard to get at the higher levels you go.
Out of interest, are Epic...
This is just the PvE, yeah? In the PvE,
yes,
not the...
PvE.
Right.
Are Epic still working on the PvE side of...
Well, they are releasing content, or if they were actually working on it, perhaps they could get around to fixing the goddamn chats, which have been broken for nearly half a year now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
On the topping on that is that they basically switched some games which use the teams you can that have been integrated with Discord, so you can invite people to play with you through Discord. And Fortnite also had that system. Then it also broke.
Yeah. I should play PvE mode of Nightwave with you, because like that was
Nightwave?
Sorry, not Nightwave. Fortnite, because that was the reason why I actually bought into Fortnite. And then when it was just like, oh, we're gonna ditch this for the PvP battle royale scene, I was like, well, now I hate you. So
Yeah.
Now I hate you.
Yep.
And they were still releasing content, and they at least I myself only gotten to the third area. Although they do tend to release event stuff, so that basically there is a storyline that goes parallel to the main storyline that you're progressing on.
Right.
Those have been pretty good, since, well, one of the things that actually why I keep coming back to that PvE mode is because I really like the PvE mode's characters. Really, they are, even if it's not the most serious thing. So most of the time, they are really fun to at least listen to.
Cool. Right. Well, I'm gonna have to find some time to play with you. Right. Moving on to the second graph. How many domestic drones is too many? 74 people responded. 4% said more than 10. 8% said any number. 17% said more than 1, 21% said more than 5, and 47% are wrong and said there are never enough.
Yeah, I don't, unless my kavat can ride on top of one, I don't care.
I just don't care. I thought it ruins it for me. Like, I ended up watching a video from Zanuka, who put up a video of her 2 domestic drones, and I was just like, cool. Any comments? Where Loz, where are you on this?
I don't want any, personally. I don't think I'll ever have one. And I'm shocked that they cost 100 platinum each. That's what I'm still shocked about. So there's never more than 5. My God, there's never enough. However, I'll announce this now, that I'm tempted, because they're so stupid, these things, to give one away each week in 10 o'clock, but I'm not sure how. I want a sort of mini competition. So if anyone wants to come up with an idea of how to give away these, with PC only, I'm afraid, because that's what I'm on, and I'll pay for them. But I don't know how to do that. But there's why are they 100 platinum each?
Do you actually have any, Yumi?
No, I very rarely buy. Most of the time most of the plat I spend on is either on the big cosmetics like the deluxe skins and such, or on slots and stuff. I don't have that much platinum, so I very much pay attention how I spend it.
Do you have a Switch version of Warframe? Because you can get 150 platinum really easily.
No, I don't make enough money to afford a console, so I just stick to the PC.
Yeah, I'm playing from scratch on the Switch, and my intention is to never put any money into the Switch version of the game and see how far I can get. Completely different experience. Right, third graph. How have you obtained the Quills operator gear? Right, 72% responded. 0% said through gifts. 15% said through Plat. 26% said that they hadn't, and 58% said through rep. You know what I'm talking about?
It's the
cosmetic armor.
Cosmetic armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, none of the sets I really like, so I haven't gotten any. I mainly use the Prime Access suit that was available a while back on my operator. Again, they're not really bad. They're just not my thing.
Yep.
So I haven't gotten any.
Loz, if I remember correctly, you said platinum.
Platinum?
You weren't paying. Yeah. Yeah. You bought. Either you're what?
I'm confused here. Were we talking about the Quills operator gear? I thought I was talking about Syndicate operator gear. Wasn't that what I was talking about when we?
The topic was about Syndicate operator gear, right?
Yeah.
But we actually, when we were talking with our guest Sherpa Rage, we were talking about, do you have any of the operator gear? Because
yes, I bought it. Yeah, and then I said I bought it all with Plat because Plat.
Right. So I think
I ain't doing all those rep upgrades to craft things with fish guts and random crystals. I have Plat for that.
Ooh, I don't think I've set up the 4th card correctly. My apologies. Duplicate of.
Oh yeah. I think that's what got me. As I was scrolling between these, I was like, wasn't one of these syndicates?
Oh, I think I've just completely screwed it up because I can't find. Yes, bear with me a moment.
I don't have a bear.
Oh, it's the 3rd card. I screw up the cards entirely. As I wait for Google Chrome to stop eating my entire CPU. Stop that, please.
No, it needs all the CPUs.
Limming Fudgin Fook. I screwed up one of the cards. I can either just read out the results or I can quickly graphically edit it right now.
Should we just save that for next week? We'll just move on.
Okay, fine. Right. Yeah, okay, so that's the cards over.
Cool. Then we move on to the Patreon questions, even though we have a Patreon guest here for this week.
Who also asked questions.
Asked questions?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I will read them out.
Most of it.
I will ask, as is my written life. Right, so first we have Zrugal. Pretty sure I've asked this before. Do you ever submit ideas to DE? Do you ever submit ideas to DE you come up with while doing the show?
Yes.
I don't remember. I neutralized my brain at the end of the show, so I don't remember any ideas.
I know I have.
Apart from space spiders. We need space spiders.
And trying to work out if I'm under a non-disclosure agreement.
Space spiders. Just say space spiders and move on.
I think I am. Yeah, space spiders, move on.
Space spiders. We want space spiders. Do you think there will still be a big reveal at TennoCon this year?
I think the big reveal will be stuff we know about, like, this is...
What, you mean within things we know about, sort of thing?
Yeah. So it's like, this is how Fortuna's going to interact with blah, blah. It's not Fortuna, Railjack, so on and so forth.
Imperial.
This is more of the new war, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea.
Are you still doing the secret surveillance of Cephalon Suda? Not trying to nitpick, just curious.
Yes, I am. I've just got a very limited amount of time at the moment with work obligations and doing something for the Joe Zero weekly Warframe show and Patreon and memes and stuff. But I've got one idea that's at least 2 videos, if not 3, to do. So yeah, that is going to continue. I just need to find time.
Question for Lars. Have gotten to listen to the Framecast episodes. Not yet, but I will when I don't have my entire days eaten up by things. Hopefully soon I shall watch them. Because there's also, what's the other podcast I need to listen to that's actually been going for quite a while?
Cephalon Squared.
Told me about Cephalon Squared. I keep forgetting the name of that. Let me just write that in my folder of amazingness. Cephalon Squared. There we go. That will be remembered. Spuddles. Okay. Spuddles asks, what's your opinion on changing the way we gain affinity to our warframes and weapons? As it stands, if you kill everything with your frame, your weapon gains no affinity from the kills. However, if a squad member kills something, you gain 100% of the affinity to your frame and weapons, including holstered. This encourages laziness and the leeching in ESO, Hydron, etc., where it's a lot faster to make someone else level your shit for you, rather than do it yourself. In my opinion, your Warframe abilities should give at least 50% affinity to your equipped weapons, if not the full 100%.
My thoughts are simple. There are some frames that will steal all the kills. One of the worst ones for it was Nova. Now one of the worst ones for it is Sarin. Ember, so on and so forth. So it's important to share affinity. I think the problem, so the question here, it shouldn't be how do we address affinity, it's how do we address AFK. And a simple case is if someone hasn't done anything or participated, you got to measure the statistics and just go like, oh, okay, well, you've literally not moved for the last minute. Any of the affinity you would have gained isn't gained. Oh,
isn't that already a thing?
Nope, it's for oh god, drops and it's not for. I don't think it locks out affinity and stuff like that. But even so, if you're sporadically doing things, it also isn't influenced by survival and stuff like that, which are the missions that you really need it for, so on and so forth. It's only influenced for the short run missions like capture, blah 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 blah. So I think AFKing is a thing that needs to be addressed more, not changing how people gain affinity, because there are some people that will just steal it all. This is why focus was changed. Focus used to be solely on what you were earning, but then they had to change it because you had players like Ash and Sarin that were just literally stealing all the kills, and you got nothing.
What do you think, Yumikana?
Yeah, I've played a lot of online games, so I know that dealing with AFKers is a difficult issue. Since on one side you really want to discourage it, on the other side you need to find a way to do it without getting the system abused. So it's a complicated balance. But it needs to be done. It's just it can be difficult to do it right.
Yeah, because you want to fix the problem, but you don't want to end up punishing normal players in the crossfire, do you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tricky. Right. So let's move on to. I assume these says Yanis for all these remaining questions. I assume you can. So, do you know how much money you have spent on Warframe?
Not exactly, and I'm kind of too scared to look at it. I know it's in the thousands.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, easily. So if anyone wants to add up, I mean, I assume Xeno's the same. No, I don't. I think yours is slightly different, isn't it? I've bought every Prime Access, not the vaults, because I had them already. I buy every new Prime Access at maximum level, and I bought Tier 3 Founders for one. I know in addition to that, I bought 3 of the maximum platinum things when I got a 75% off, so there's that. But then also, if you want to expand that, it says what you spent on Warframe. What about other things? I mean, the money to produce this and things, and there's other purchases. Do you count going to TennoCon? I mean, it's a lot of money. We love Warframe. What hats? Hats, got hats, man. Gotta have your hats. Statues. I bought statues. Well, my brother bought statues as well. It's a lot. Xeno, yeah, Xeno.
Yeah, myself, I asked it because I was curious myself, so I went and checked. Over the 6 or so years that I've played the game, I've spent around €300 on the game. Plus, I also bought one of the hoodies. I probably would have worn it today, but it's way too hot for that.
Yeah, it's kind of. Right, the next one is: what is the largest amount of relics you spent to get one thing?
None. I've never farmed. So when the relic system came in, I just started using the bought
Prime Access
primes.
stuff.
Yeah. The Warframe before that, so the thing that I spent the most keys on was the Soma Prime receiver. But when we hit the relics, I stopped that entirely.
But for me, going back that way, it was the bow prime handle. I never got it. I spent probably about 100 keys trying to get that and joining other people's teams, and I never got a bow prime handle. Obviously, I had it back then. We used to, just for everyone's benefit, back when we started, me and Xeno used to buy the Prime Access to sport DE. That's why we bought it, and then we used to destroy the primes we got and then get them in game. However, just because of the amount of time it takes to get them and whatever, we decided to start using the ones we were getting anyway, because that way we could focus on other things like making videos and such. So I used to try and build everything before I used it, and so I never got bow prime handle while it was available. and just went, you know what? I think that was one of the final sticks for me that just went, sticks. Here's a stick. Final things for me that went, that's it. You know, this has taken a lot of effort. I can put my effort into other points of the game and enjoy it more if I'm just literally bidding things I'm already buying. So yeah.
I went that route only because I just don't have time to. I'd rather spend the time having fun and not trying to maim myself doing an aura former hunt. So yeah, just using the bought Prime Access took that stress away. I can just play the game how I want.
Yeah, for me, I think it was also keys, but that was keys for one of the Lex Prime parts. It was one. It was one of the farming that one part made me really glad when they introduced the relic system. I know there are some people that prefer the keys better for some reason, but getting stuff with relics is just 100 times easier.
Yep.
Next one is: has there been something in game that after doing once you never wanted to do again?
Yeah, the Jordis assassination, the trial. Was it Jordis verdict? Yeah, I did that once, and I'm like, I never, ever, ever want to do this again.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Maybe because I didn't do that, but apart from that, there's nothing I've went. Yeah. What about you?
For me, it was the Profit Taker fight.
Oh God! So the Profit Taker, not the Exploiter.
Oh yeah,
the Exploiter, that was fun. The Profit Taker
is painful.
It's not the boss itself. It's the mobs. The damage output on the Valis mobs on the higher levels gets fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. And you're there to kill the boss, not mobs, but you're forever fighting endless hordes of mobs. It's such a distraction.
Yeah, I tried that fight 3 times before I got the team that managed to kill it. And even then, by the end, I felt like I was being one-shotted by everything under the sun. And I still have to do that some more times so I can get at the Hildren blueprint.
Too painful, Loz?
I love this hat. It's the 6-year anniversary hat, 5-year anniversary hat. It just hurts to wear it. I can't wear it. So is that so? Have you not got Hildren then, Yumikana?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Hey. We'll find time, and I'll help you farm Hildren, the blueprint, or the part you're missing. Any part you're missing.
But now I need the blueprint, but the blueprint comes from the Voxolaris trap, for which I need stuff that drops from the Profit Taker.
I will help you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Loz?
What do you think is the most popular IP that people write? Oh, this is so much more comfortable. This is just so
like, wait, what popular most comfortable? What?
My brain was like, I now appreciate that this was like, I love this hat, but it just crushes my brain. And it's not like the back. The back is actually on the last rung, but it's just right there. It just digs in, and it's just like, ow. But now I'm like, oh, softness, bliss,
joy.
Right, I think I'll just take this hat to get them to sign it, and then I'll never wear it and put it on a wall.
I'm so sad that I didn't get the hat you've currently got on right now. Anyway, intellectual property. Read the question. Read the question.
Last point. It's even got. I don't know if it can come out on the camera, but it's got like a Grineer face, an Excalibur helmet, and a Corpus helmet. Like
no, it can't. We can't see that.
It's a lovely hat, and I hate it. Personally. What do you think is the most popular IP that people write crossover fan fictions with Warframe?
I don't know, but when I saw this question, I thought I'd really love to see some StarCraft stuff with Warframe. Like, you know, having the Cthulhu sector with the Origin system. Cthulhu. I'm not entirely. Yeah, is that the pronunciation? I can't remember.
As for if you think right crossover. Just thinking maybe something like Destiny 2 or something, or Destiny was better.
I don't know.
Closer. Oh, in Mass Effect, something where they kind
Mass
of align.
Effect is the third most popular.
Well, you've got a list. You have these as numbers. You actually have this.
Well, I read some of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, so there is. See, this isn't just a guess. You know the answer. Yeah.
I know the answer.
Okay,
yes.
what is the answer?
I've got the third. No. Hang on. Let me do a few more guesses. Okay. I know you're a bit rusty, but let me just guess. 140,000.
No, that's on the single digits, low number. But there's very low number of those.
What about
Star Wars, Star Trek?
No.
What about
also low?
What about Dune?
No.
I don't think there are any.
Twilight.
What?
No, it's not. It's an animated series. It's an
Okay,
animated series.
Do you want? What's the top 5?
Is it an anime?
I can name you top 3.
Top 3. Okay.
Okay.
Third place is Mass Effect.
Uh-huh.
Second place is My Little Pony.
Oh, fuck off.
Of course.
And first place is RWBY.
Oh, Ruby.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I should actually watch that.
I watched a thing that was like explaining what the show basically is in about 2 minutes, and I'm like, oh dear.
Well, I remember watching the first season. I actually quite enjoyed it, but
Right.
that was years and years and years ago. So
This is something that's like, don't watch seasons. This thing is like, okay, get through the first 3 or 4 seasons and then just skip the next 2 because nothing happens. I'm just like, oh
cool.
dear.
Okay.
Right, anyway, moving on. That's it for the community questions.
Community responses.
Okay, there's actually not many this week, so I'll go quickly through them. Basically, they prove that Xeno is wrong.
No, they don't.
Okay. So, first of all, Anarchy Gaming points out that when you're doing the new game mode, I forget the name of.
New game mode.
New game mode, if you forgot as well.
I know. I'm just going to call it the anti Yamcha game mode.
Okay.
That's just what it is in my head now.
Okay. Apparently, if you don't use a key and keep fighting mobs for 20 minutes, a 2-minute timer will start to stop. If you don't, you fail.
Yeah.
And if you use a key, it then resets. So it doesn't actually let you play forever and ever and ever, which is an interesting thing. Thank you very much for doing that, Annie Gaming. Damrod says, at the moment, that is incorrect, Xeno. While it is true that it's originally the energy color that dictated the elements, now it is the emissives on chroma that determines the element. Oh, and if Xeno doesn't mind gifting those Rumbas to other people, can I get one from him?
Sure.
He has my IGN as well.
Oh,
I want to thank Quackathulu Hunur, Pepper, and Awesome Todd for all listing that it was on a dev stream that on June 12th we will have Plague Star. Xeno.
Yeah, I saw.
Xeno, what do we say?
I'm right.
You
I'm
said
right.
it couldn't happen
Yeah,
before TennoCon.
I'm right.
You're like, there's no way we can have Plague Star before TennoCon.
I'm right.
Your head in shame, good sir. Right, moving on.
I'm right.
Kenneth Cunningham puts forward the
Wait.
idea.
When did they say it was?
They say June. It was mentioned June 12th. To be out June 12th.
Okay. Anyway, keep going.
Mentioned on dev stream. Kenneth Cunningham. Oh, it's a nice idea, I thought. As far as Sentinels, what if there was a secondary that works like a designation laser for Sentinels? Modding it will augment the Sentinels' weapons and make it attack the target you're aiming at. Now, I'm not sure how having a weapon, because see all the clever cogs, or the really smart people will work out the number crunching on that and be like, but the weapon loss of your DPS, won't gain for what you get for the Sentinel. However, I kind of like the idea of having something like that. Maybe a mod. What about a mod that you put in a gun or something that if a gun doesn't have a secondary fire and you use the secondary fire button, that causes the Sentinel to attack that target. Then you can still shoot the gun.
You could also they could use that also on a consumable could work like that. It gives you like a marker that you can fire, and the Sentinel will prioritize the marked target.
Yeah.
Or you could just put a mod on it and then go mark target, shoot.
You see, but sometimes I don't mind it not shooting the target I'm shooting at, but other times it's like, I want
No. You use the mark target thing, so you press G, right? That way it's a function that already exists on console, so you don't have to worry about any extra buttons. You just put the mod on the Sentinel, you hit G on what you wanted to shoot, and then it'll shoot that.
That's cool. It could work that way. I'm not sure where the consoles go, which is the easier button to push, either the secondary fire or the marker. But one or the other, yeah, that could be another way it could work. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If anyone has any ideas, put it in the comment below, and I'll read it for this next week. And lastly, just I've already said this one, but Carlo Estella was pointing about how domestic drones are too expensive, and I thought if some people idea come up a competition, so I give out. I'm afraid only on PC. Domestic drone a week. Please let me know. Also, Carlo Estella. If you let me know your in-game alias, I will send you. And you're on PC, I will send you a domestic drone. So let me know that one. Right, that's it for the community. Xeno, move on to the topics for this week. Kept it short.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So topic 1: make better AFK system. Not.
Yeah, sorry to stop. I know that I kind of missed that in the past we used to get topics almost every other week that were like, make AI better, make it better. And for a while we've had a lot of more interesting topics, silly ideas. But once again, now we're just like, DE, make thing better.
Yeah.
Not it. Here is a clever way of my clever solution to the AFK problem. It's like, just make better. Sorry, keep going.
Topic 2: let us choose the rank of our maxed legendary mods. Legendary, but
Ranking, okay.
And then topic 3: clan management tool needs serious attention. Clans in general need serious attention. Right. So, topic 1: make a better AFK system. I got no rewards yesterday due to inactivity. This was for a defense mission where I didn't need to move, which tagged me as inactive. Some things that devs need to accept for how players play. Players are better at playing than devs. It's not to be mean, it's a fact. AFKers already use macros on their own systems to defeat an anti-AFK. So the only players DE is actually affecting with their AFK system are actual players, not AFKers. And yes, fanboys, I can always move a few steps to avoid this. Not the point. The point is the system is ineffectual to the point of harassing valid players. I'm in love with this post. It is just hilariously awesome.
I assume you're reading it verbatim, yeah?
No, I'm not. I can go find the
okay.
original if you want.
No. The grammar might decrease. Just keep going.
I was reading the verbatim. No. That's the original post. That's the. Oh, it gets better, Loz. It gets better, right? Yesterday, I got no rewards. I really don't care about the rewards, as I was simply helping a friend. But the reason for my inactivity was that I didn't need to move. It was a defense mission, and I was playing Octavia. So the really, really, really lazy programming of the AFK system tagged me as inactive since I didn't move and require steps in the required time, whatever that is. So I bring up the 2 points. Players, AFKers, the ones, okay, yes, the rest of it is pretty much the same. So, yeah, that's not how the AFK system works.
Oh. Yeah. Now this.
Okay, so just to go over, as far as I am aware, the AFK system does not apply to endless missions. If I am wrong, please community correct me because I don't want to be ignorant. But as far as I remember... Huh?
Really not?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because that was a big point. They didn't want it to affect the endless missions because players play in so many different ways. Right? But got like mobile defense, exterminate, capture, all those missions, there should be no point in time where you stand still for any prolonged period of time. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, as far as I'm aware, the endless missions. Loz, you're gonna look this up.
What? Where?
Well, I don't know, on the wiki or something. But no. It's. You looked very intently just then at the screen, and I'm just like, is he gonna look it up? Anyway.
I'll track, but let's have a look.
But as far as I'm aware, it doesn't affect defense missions. I think, if anything, this person just experienced a bug. The next side of things is that the game detects when you're using macro tools, most macro tools, and will just not let you load the game.
Okay, so I do have the wiki page up just for you. I'll read quickly this.
Cool.
Player inactivity levels and missions are monitored by the game. Being dead or inactive for more than 2 minutes disqualifies the player for either the end of mission reward or the end of rotation reward, depending on the mission type. The event is highlighted with the message not eligible due to inactivity. Penalty is triggered by players for not moving more than approximately 5 meters for 2 minutes, regardless if the player is killing enemies or not. Any affinity sharing at any duration are halted until the player activity resumes. The player is not considered inactive if he or she is standing in the extraction zone. Gather resource credit blueprints are not affected and kept as is. They're saying they're playing Octavia and standing still, and thus they got triggered by the AFK thing.
Yeah.
We'll just walk around a bit.
Yeah. I mean, like...
I personally, when I play, I rarely stand. Like, again, maybe it's just me, but when I play, even in defense missions, I rarely stand still because it's boring to just stand still.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really, really, really is. Loz, you're typing in a chat I can't read.
I'm not typing to you.
Oh, well, sorry, Discord is telling me that you're typing to me.
Lies. Lies.
Oh. What else is there? So I don't see this as a thing. Is this... Oh god, who... I think the only time I have ever been victim to the AFK bot or monitoring system or whatever is when I have actually AFK'd. So, you know, that's down to my own devices. Who stands still in Warframe? Like, even if you're Octavia and you quote-unquote don't need to move, is that really an enjoyable way to play the game?
Not really. I play Octavia is one of the frames I tend to play a lot. Mainly, I play it mainly so that I can force people to listen to Cruel Angel's thesis all the time.
Oh, you evil person!
But even then, I don't stand still. It's just not fun.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I don't really... I feel that the AFK system could be improved, right? Bots and things like that should, or macros or whatever, can be detected. That, you know, people aren't smart enough to build, well, on a whole, aren't cunning enough to build special pieces of hardware to sit between your USB keyboard and, you know, PC to basically, input this combination of keys for me. Because that's the only guaranteed way to do it. And also, they're kind of clever enough to recognize that, you know, you're moving in a very particular way that would indicate this is programmed. So yeah, I also don't like the fact that this person's attacking quote unquote fanboys. You know, so... But I do agree that
I can always move a few steps to avoid this. Not the point. The point is systems are effectual. The point of harassing bad players. Okay, so let's go down to the key issue here. Should the game be playable where you literally don't move? I assume you have your hand on one. Let's just say the mouse. Let's even say they have all 4 of the ability keys on the mouse as well. They're literally not moving. All they can do is aim, shoot, cast all their 4 abilities. Should the game be playable like that? I don't think it should be. I think at the very least something should force you to walk a few steps. You're not supposed to be a turret.
Yeah.
That's what they've basically become.
Yeah, also standing still is kind of easy way to get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't think you should just stand still at any point.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's going to be some very clever people who come up with very clever strategies that don't really mandate moving because they just kill everything easily. And I bet we're probably going to see some replies of people with clever mags or banshee builds or whatever. And yeah, that's great. You've got this clever build. If you remove this kind of thing, that's only just encouraging this sort of build even further. And I don't like the idea of Warframe just becoming, I'm just so powerful, I stand in one spot and just push buttons. I don't move. I don't think about my environment in 3D space. I'm literally just pushing these buttons and mobs die and I get rewards. Just feels like just play a cookie clicker for that.
Yeah.
You got. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
Should we move on to the replies?
Yeah, sure. Let's have a look. First reply. I'm farming Zinni with max efficiency banshee. There we go, right away. I'm farming Zinni with max efficiency banshee, and I have to cancel my 4 every 2 minutes and run around risking energy leeches, toxic aura dudes, and other undesirables for no real reason. If you design missions for players to sit in one place for 5, 10, 50 minutes, don't punish those who do that. Who does that, sorry. Don't punish those who does that.
Okay, if Zinni is the node, I think think it is. That I think I was there affinity farming with Theme once, and it was one of the most boring things ever. But if I remember correctly, again, I might be remembering a different map. It was basically a Grenier arena, one of the Versum arenas that hosted an interception. Basically, the tactic was to hold 2 points, stand in one spot, and basically you have a buff frame, damage frame, and Trinity. Buff frame buffs, damage frame spams AoE, and Trinity supplies energy. That was just boring.
Sounds it, yeah.
It's a Corpus ship interception with infested enemies. And no, I'm really sorry. Like, no, if
the interception. Okay, you could potentially make a point that you are holding points, but even so, generally it's either the environment that you need to move to a different spot to take a shot, or if your position is safe, you go assist in another position. Just what's the point of standing still?
Yeah.
Plus,
I thought they changed Banshee's Quake.
Do you know, something's got to give. Now, I know there is actually a cap on the amount of drops per map tile, I think it is, but it is crazy high. If these people are serious and say they want this removed so that I can just sit in one place and just cast my abilities, that's fine. I will happy to give you that, but I will also then add that drops will despawn after 4 minutes of being on the floor.
Drops despawn anyway.
Not after. They take a long time to despawn.
I think they do. I think it's actually based on how many drops there are.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's based on. I think eventually it gets to the point either A, things stop dropping, or B, the new drops cancel out the old drops. But I would change it so that everything will disappear, or as an item drops, it will disappear 4 minutes after it lands on the floor. That means that either way, guess what? I mean, you could just say like, "Oh, I'm only farming affinity. Yeah, I can stand there and just spam this thing. Fine, that's whatever." But other people are going to be annoyed now because their drops are disappearing because they're doing some silly build and they didn't realize, oh, it's all gone now. You can't have it both ways. They just want their cake and eating it too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if I remember correctly, Banshee's 4 is similar to her. Sorry, Hysteria, Valkyr's 4, where it slowly starts eating more and more energy the longer you have it up. Yeah, so the fact that this player has their Quake up for such a long time.
I think there was, if I haven't played Banshee much, but if I remember correctly, there was some kind of trick where you could extend its duration with one of the augment mods.
No, the augment mod didn't extend its duration. It basically knocked things down that were hit by the quake. So you could basically root everything. It was I used to do it to help some players level up things that they didn't want to level up. And if you went to Hydron, stood in the middle, and then did Banshee Quake, you could knock everything down and effectively kill everything really efficiently. But so DE didn't like that, so they changed how the Quake augment worked. And now, if I remember correctly, it's a shockwave that pushes everything back, so you still have to go and actually kill the stuff. So unless this person has like a really slow efficiency build or really high efficiency build, so it takes a very long time to kill stuff, like I don't think players should just sit on the spot for minutes on end.
Yep.
What's the next one?
I'd remove the current system from defense missions. All others require movement, but defense missions are stationary by design. A good redesign start would be to change the activity monitor to look at abilities used as well as kills.
No.
Either of these if either of these increase, then the player is active. I use the quotes on that, as AFKers will still use macros to avoid it. Yeah.
If you use guns in your shooting enemies, then that I'm okay with. But if you're stationary, if basically you've turned on World on Fire, or you've turned on Quake, or you've turned on Strangledome, or things like that, where you don't actually have to kill stuff, but the ability is actually killing enemies, that ain't good enough. So shooting enemies, that as long as you're doing that, then you can stand still as far as I care.
Yeah.
I wonder if people. I suppose you can make bots to control the mouse, can't you? So you can't just do it like where the cursor's aiming over.
Yeah, but if you're not killing anything,
yeah,
you know, you can't make like the program you'd have to build to do image recognition to identify where an enemy is compared to the rest of the environment. That would be so heavy on your CPU to then move the mouse over that and then fire the trigger. Like, jeez.
I think for the time price, you probably just hire someone to play the game for you. Yeah, moving on.
Much.
With a rifle, it's all caps, I can stand in one place and do their defense missions. They are that simple a tactical situation that people think they need to bounce around like rubber balls to do them is just showing they lack skill. Now, there's one thing I would say in this is that there's a lot of old tiles for defense, and defense is a few of the older game modes which obviously have had their day and they are in need of a big redesign. Defense being one of them. And I know we've got the new style of defense with you put in the thing and then a mob spawns that's going to blow up and you've got to kill it before it gets the target. But I would say that maybe with defense we just need more diversity in map tile or more depth of in defense tile, so that when because let's say Zinni's a perfect example. You can literally sit on the defense target and you can see 360 around you, and the mobs have to.
Zinni's interception.
Zinni used to be
say a CAD, because that is.
Map tile, is it?
It's not that map tile, but at least anyone that's new will understand what you're talking about.
Oh, but I could just say a defense on the same tile as Zinni.
No, but there aren't any.
Really?
Yeah, there are no defenses on that tile anymore because of the Zinni problem. That's why Zinni got turned in. Zinni was the only one, and it got turned into an interception because of that problem.
Probably, I think I've seen some of the defenses, but those were always alerts.
Yeah, I saw it must have been an alert then. I was like,
yeah.
I swear I've seen it as something. Must be alerts, yeah. Right, anyway, if you want... so I was going to say that maybe tiles need adjusting. But no, I was just thinking that it would be nice if tiles were more... You're defending it, and you, as this person says, they're a bit... The tactical situation is really simple. our power has expanded beyond the scale of just having a thing to defend in one direction. I think, sorry, where you just defend in all directions. I think do you remember the doors from the, what's it called? That quest, Glass Gambit.
Yes.
I loved one part of the Glass Gambit when you're defending against infested, you have to close the doors. It was a time constraint. There was enemies pouring out from the walls beside you. It was focused. The enemies were going to build up and build up and build up until eventually doors closed. And it was kind of a scaling thing. I think that concept. I'm not saying just stick that in defense or so, but that idea of like this is the angle we have to defend from right now, and then you could have it that if there was lots of doors like that, like one opens a mile away, and you go, oh no, they're coming from that way now. Whereas instead, mobs just come from all angles on defense tiles. It's like, who cares, Seems really weird that we can't have sort of tactics.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Well, personally, I don't play it much. The defense title that I find the most interesting is the Kuo Fortress one, since there's a lot of environmental hazards that can come up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good example of how to do one better. Yeah, it's much more interactive on what's going on. Yeah, and dynamic.
I think there is a Bane quote that would solve this entire situation.
Oh, yeah?
This bomb is mobile! Just make the defense target mobile, and then they have to move.
Well, they have done that with a few of the missions, like the
Draco, and then they removed it.
Yeah. Well, does it not move at all anymore? Or they upgraded it?
No, I'm just don't think there are those defenses anymore.
Okay. Maybe make it mobile. Right, last two. If you want to enjoy Warframe, you better find some motivation. You are asking for changes that, in my point of view, will have no impact on your gameplay and your gameplay will only become more and more static until you simply step into AFK behavior. Once you reach that stage, quitting is pretty much inevitable, either by your own decision or by having support make that decision for you. I'll point out that was one massive sentence with commas. I broke it up a bit, just think, but yeah, I agree with the point there. It's like, I think probably better step away from the game for a bit.
I don't know. I think we're so heavily influenced by this. This may seem like a crazy tangent. I apologize to anyone, but I think we're so heavily influenced by games that are mobile games on your phone that require you to dump so much time into them that effectively people just set them up on their computer through an emulator and just one click, just occasionally hit the mouse button in a certain place to get it to continue doing the thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it on. Oh, what's the name of the? What are you doing? You're doing it right now.
I don't have an entire second computer just for emulating games on an emulated phone.
I don't know if you guys are aware of Raid Shadows of Legend.
Oh, how many bloody adverts must I sit through for this game? Everywhere.
Yeah, so I've
tried
seen
it.
Yes, yeah.
Is it good?
You have to sink in too much time. Far too much. In order to make any progress, you have to sink in a crazy amount of time. I'm glad I set up an emulator for Android just to go, right, click. I've not set up a macro for it or anything, but it will be there on one of my monitors. And like, I'm doing some video editing, because it's one of those games that auto plays themselves, like whichever Final Fantasy game you're playing right there.
Yeah.
And
then I would say for this one, actually, well, they've lessened the need for the macro farming these days. There's not as much need these days.
But that's the point, though. There are more and more games these days that autoplay themselves, and it kind of encourages. I feel it encourages the mentality that it's all right to have games play themselves that don't naturally support that feature.
I want to point out I've actually got another Final Fantasy mobile game on Steam playing right now, and that is auto playing itself because it's just easier. In fact, no, I just want to point out actually that the only reason I have that one emulated is not the macros are not for playing the game. The macros are to cast abilities at an inhuman speed so that they work as clearly as they have been designed. So they chain up together in timing, because there's no way I can click 2 buttons quick enough to make it work.
Right.
The computer has to, but they design it so that's clearly what it's supposed to do. Like if you push it 0.001 of a second together, like you do a bajillion damage because they line up. And that's because some of them are easy to do, some of these chains are hard to do. But I need that to do it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I've known some of these games, but I have tried some of those games that have autoplay on, but I always get bored of. Personally, I always get bored of them.
Yeah.
Well, I think just to go for the deeper issue here, actually, to do with this, because it's what this kind of harping on. I assume that's what these people are doing when they're AFK, basically AFK farming defense targets. You don't need to defense missions. Excuse me. Well, you don't need to move, and it just plays the game for you almost. So I remember when I was a kid, I used to love playing a game. I won't go too long, Drew. I know that you know better.
Yeah.
I used to love playing a game, and I'd get really far into it. I'd finish the game, and you'd feel like, oh, that was it. All that hard work and all these characters I got to know, and then the story just ends. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be great if there was a bit more to it, so we could keep going, just even a bit on. And then Online's games came along, and it was quite interesting because you put in effort, and it kind of can last forever. I mean, I played a lot of World of Warcraft, and that is like, this is your character over years and years and years. You still have the same character. But now we're getting to the age where that kind of system is called games as service, obviously. And the problem is, even mobile games, that's what that is. It's the Raids, Shadow Legend, and what's the other one? Oh, God, the one's in the name, isn't it? It's called AFK Arena. I get a lot of
Yeah.
Not tried that one either.
There's also Idle Champions and stuff like that.
That's another one, yeah. Idle Heroes or something.
It's all the same.
All the same. And the thing is, though, they try. Everyone wants to make these games as service because you have to play them for a massive amount of time, which increases the likelihood you'll put money into them. The problem is there is a finite limit on one thing, and that's the player's time. And it's getting to the point, I don't know how you guys feel, where I just feel so stretched playing these games. I mean, I think that's great, Yumikana, that you say, I get it right, I don't want to say that then, that you just refuse to sit those games, you just give up on them. Because I get to the point where, I mean, I'm enjoying these ones, but I've had to stop playing other ones because I just cannot give enough time to them. They need each one of these games. And the thing is, Warframe in some ways is another one. And then I don't want to say it, but let's say I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. That's another game of service. I'm supposed to be playing Division 2 with a few friends. That's another game of service. And all these games want so much of your time to be able to play them optimally. You can't just play like half an hour a week. You have to. Oh yeah, but there's the dailies, and then there's these. You've got your weekly. And then you've got this you've got to do. Oh, and there's alerts that pop up every hour. So you better be logged in maybe every 3 hours just to give it a check, when you can. And it's just like, oh, and you've got to do these per week. And it's just like, you can't fit all that. There's only so much buttons I can click. I mean, at the moment, technically, I get to the point where I'm using a phone to play one game. I'll have my computer running one game on automatic. I've got that game so I can play it. And then the actual game I'm actually playing on there. And I sit there thinking, like, I'm sort of enjoying all these games. This is a bit much, and I'm just wondering if at some point something's going to have to give on all these games. That why can't we just have games that are designed to give you a story and maybe a little bit extra, but not demand everything from you? Sorry, rant.
Well, actually, one of that, I can see that. Mainly I myself have lots of games, quite a few games on my PC that I have. Well, not all of them are also these game service. Some are just bloody long games that I'm trying to get done. But as for these, again, games of service, well, that's actually one of the things that one game that I play casually right now is Anthem, and that one I actually like because it also have these dailies and stuff, and also there are also like 5 or 6 dailies every week, and I can get all of them done at an hour max. I can just jump in. And since there is very rarely any luck on what specific content you have to do, I can just run through the daily with stuff I like, and I can do something else.
Yeah.
As for, actually, I actually did. When it comes to Warframe, I actually do. I do appreciate the Nightwave. So I do want to see what they're going to do with season 2, since I enjoyed season 1, but there's definitely a reason why they're saying that the first of something is rarely the best of that thing. So I am still looking towards that. Although I am right now trying to get some prime parts done that I want to build, and that's the one thing that always makes me put in the end it makes me put down the game, since I have a lot of games that I want to play, but those are the ones that I can only play one at a time. So I've kind of still working out how to get through stuff.
Last reply.
Oh, that was very simple. It was just... Oh, wait, I've lost it. Perhaps DE should nerf abilities that allow players to AFK.
I think that DE should remove promotion of AFK. I think a simple way to do this is mobile defense targets. So, you have to come back to them. I think abilities like... God, what's the name of the damn thing? Frost, Snow Globe, Gara's, Glass Wall, whatever. I think Limbo's Cataclysm, I think they may need to be reinvestigated. So it might be a case of they have to move around a fixed thing. So they move around Frost or whatever. Because currently their main purpose is to protect things that are stationary. The next side of it is interception. Maybe it's a case of a map has 8 interception nodes, but they alternate during the interception. Between each round they alternate, and you have to go to the new one instead of them being the static 4. Yeah, I think it's just to keep players mobile, because people will try and cheese stuff. I want to ask... Go on.
Yeah, that's also one thing that... it's also something that you could do was to make defense titles that are, again, a bit more confined environment, but that have certain... that enemies can come down in certain ways. Not all the time, but there are certain directions that they come from, and they can either alternate over time or alternate over waves. Again, that's actually one thing about Fortnite's PvE mode. That game has actually quite a few mission types that are defense targets, and while the game gives you when you have reached target, the game does show you where the enemy is going to, which direction the enemy comes from, so you can set defenses accordingly. The higher level missions you go, the more often will be that the enemy that at some point enemies will change direction from which they come from.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
So
shake it up a bit.
So the question I want to ask is: do you think should AFK play be allowed? That's the question I have. Yeah. Well, ask the question. I'm certainly saying no. I think most of the audience will also say no. Actually, I wonder how many people would say don't care. Cool. Alright, should we move on to topic 2?
Yeah.
Topic 2. Also, don't worry about the time loss, because I've got over an hour just before I got the other thing.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I still want to give you a bit of a break, so
yep,
not rushing.
Appreciated. Right, so topic 2. Let us choose the rank of maxed legendary mods. Please let us choose the rank of primed/umbral mods when they are rank 10. I really want to max these mods for some builds, but it won't work for the others I already have set up. Spending 2 million credits and 40,000 endo can feel punishing when mods won't fit as rank 10, especially if we can't get duplicates of the Umbral mods.
So I bet the solution is eventually DEA just going to give you duplicates or enable you to get duplicates. I think they'd rather prefer that than putting in the leveling. What do we call it? The underclocking system for mods. I just it's been on the cards for a long time, and there's been multiple reasons why it should come in. I remember the first one was one of the updates to the dark sectors, the dark sector PvP conflicts, where mods would activate as the time went on in the fight, and it would make sense to be able to down rank them so you can plan accordingly.
Yeah,
I know things have changed over the years, but then more reasons come and go of why we need this kind of mechanic. The biggest obvious solution has been, well, you can always just have a second copy. I have a second copy of most mods. Sometimes I have one that is a little bit low ranked, especially for some of the corrupted mods. The corrupted mods? What are the ones from the vaults called?
Yeah, I think they are corrupted mods.
Corrupted mods, yeah. Some of those, it's just, it's nice to have them at a certain point. But we've now got mods which are one of a kind. We like to use Umbral mods. So obviously people want to rank 10 them just in case they need to use them at max, but then what if they can't fit it in? Yeah, I think the solution would be, though, just to give you a vendor to have the multiples of these one-time mods is probably what would be the easiest solution. I know that's going to be a crazy amount of endo just to re-rank up a second version of a mod to, let's say, the rank 7 or 8 or 9 of a Umbral mod, but that's probably the direction they're going to go. I think it's probably the easiest way to do it.
I can yes, I can see a need for this kind of system where you can reduce a mod's rank, but again, that might be something that I hope the reason they haven't done that yet might be because it would be a really messy implementing that would be really messy.
Yeah. We often think about what, obviously people can request it. Like, I want this thing. People do need to consider, and none of us are experts on is it the Evolution Engine 2 they're running these days?
I think it's just the Evolution Engine.
It's just called the Evolution Engine. Where's that? I swear there's a 2 in there for some reason years ago. Oh, well, anyway, if they're running on the Evolution Engine, none of us are experienced programmers on that, but obviously Drew here has a program background. I'm not sure what Yumikana has. Yumikana has.
You can just call me Yumi.
That's probably easy. Yeah, what Yumi has. Do you have much of a background?
I have done some, but it was a long time ago, and I have some basic understanding, more or less.
Oh yeah. So we can obviously give a bit of a reasoned guess about these things. We're not completely like, oh, this is easy, just stick it in the game. And we do. Drew's the best. Xeno's the best, obviously, with lots of experience. But we can appreciate that some of these things, depending on how the game is coded, can be near impossible to put in, or a lot of work. And the thing is, if that work is put into this, it means you're going to lose time with those developers working on this project. You're going to lose time on other projects they could be working on. So I don't think it is time to reward wise for them to put in the system. However, there are other solutions, like just going, here is a vendor for your one. Oh, sorry, is that fair, Xeno?
I don't know. I mean, as you said, it depends entirely on the Evolution Engine. I would have thought it would be possible to downrank a mod. I'm just wondering, like, what impacts that would have, because that would affect other places that this mod is installed, but it shouldn't ever need to be removed from any place that it's already been installed to.
I'm going to take a guess, though. Could it be a problem with how the database is recording and how it saves and recalls the information about the rank of the mod on equipment? It might not be. As you're saying, yeah, it's other gear that is currently equipped it. Because let's say you overrank a mod. If you rank up a mod now, the game goes and checks all of your builds and does say, this mod will now exceed the build of this. Do you want to unequip it or cancel? So it is constantly checking all of your builds to assumedly check they are still legal.
Well, it will only check when you actually try and do the rank up.
Yeah.
But so to answer the question, could it have something to do with the database? Yeah, it could, right? I personally wouldn't have made it so that the data for the mod was in such a way that it couldn't go down as well as up. But again, I don't know how they would have done it. So if they turn around and say, oh, it's a crazy amount of work, then I believe them flat out. But I wouldn't have thought this would be a big deal. I think it's just like demand versus effort. Is there enough demand to warrant the effort?
Personally, I can understand the need for such thing, but I don't really care for it personally, as I don't really make my builds that in depth.
And the other worry, just to throw something out there, is that this is yet again another addition to the game which doesn't do a good job of explaining all its features anyway, and could easily confuse people if they find it in some sub-menu, because again, it's going to have to go into a sub-menu somewhere, and this is more stuff onto the ever-expanding pillar, a tower, that is everything you need to know in Warframe.
I think there's certainly a user experience element to this, which a lot of people... On a random side tangent, because I've just gone over UX, UI, you know that the new market's gone into the game.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, the new market went into the game recently, comparatively recently. And you can't actually add anything to your wish list anymore. They forgot the button. Anyway, so I think a big thing is, from a user experience point of view, is how would you actually downrank these mods? How difficult would it be to downrank these mods? And if that's not carefully thought out, there's a high chance that it will... It'll be too confusing and people won't get it. Like, would you do it on the mod screen? Or would you do it in the foundry? Not the foundry. The mods terminal. Would you do it on the upgrade screen? Where would you control the rank of this mod? How would you build the UI for it? Yeah. It's really, and if you've put it on the mod screen, that mod terminal. How are you going to bring it to players' attention that you can change it? Yeah, I think the user experience is the most complicated aspect of that, and probably the reason why it hasn't been done.
Yeah.
Idea. Hang on, let me just log in and look at the... What does it do currently? If I go...
What do you mean?
Hang on, so if I go to the mod terminal, right? And...
Select the mod you want.
Mods.
Go to
I select
Fusion.
the mod I want, and it says, select one, yeah.
Yeah, go to Fusion.
Fusion. No, hang on. Then Fusion highlights, right?
Yeah.
If I select, how about if I select a rarity, where's a max ranks mod? There's a max ranks mod. Right, when I highlight a max ranks mod, the Fusion button now just says mod already maxed. That could be replaced with a special click that takes you to a new menu for downranking. So there is a space for it to go, obviously. And the thing is updating to let me know when a mod is maxed. So
I think you should.
How much cover I got? Oh, wow.
I think they should change Fusion to ranking. Right? It shouldn't. It should be a call to action, not a statement. Right? And ranking can either be up or down, but I think personally it would be better if it was on the equip mod function. It would be on the upgrade screen, because you're not going to want to just constantly flip between the screens to actually customize these mods when you're just trying to make a build. it would be bad user experience. But yeah, it's an interesting way of looking at it. Maybe it's a simple case of, on the mod itself. When you hover over it, there might be a button on there on the diegetic UI, which is, I'm just going to say modify or adapt or append or customize, and that takes you straight to the mod terminal with the mod already selected on the Fusion screen where you can up or down it. And then when you confirm, it takes you back to the equipping the mod screen.
Well, also, then the next thing is UI-wise. How would the mod display that it's max but downranked? Would there be a new set of blips to appear?
I think
Or would it come in different colors, or
no, I think a button would when the option is available, the button that's on the mod should just appear.
Oh no,
Right.
I mean visually. At a glance, I mean, I can tell when a mod is max ranked because all the blips are lit up and it's a bar. How does the blips then, or what other system does it inform to let me know at a glance how a mod? There's so many little things, isn't there? I mean, would the bar be blue, but one of the blips is now red or something, but the rest are blue? You know, it's.
I would probably do a darker blue to indicate that like it's turned off. I was thinking red in that case, but red is often too negative a color and things. This is all user experience and crap. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So Yumi, would you like this feature?
Deeper and deeper minefield, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the more deep. It's likely that the thing that they haven't tried doing is this, but it would be a real. The UI would probably be really adapting UI for it would probably be a mess and a half.
Yep.
Right, should we go to replies?
Yeah.
Prime mods, you have former for this exact reason. Yeah, you have to former literally every frame for the mod, but you also don't have to you don't have to max the mod.
Yeah, but you have to have multiple mods.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's still going. Umbral mods. They are balanced by making it impossible to get a full build on a frame when using all of them at max rank without an Umbral former.
Yeah, but you can't get multiple Umbra formers. Thus far, we've got one. And so my Oberon Prime can now have all the mods maxed. But say someone was to build Enairos, right, to use all three, but they can't be maxed because he doesn't have the Umbra former in him. Yeah, so that's not an answer that's not a solution.
Next reply. Don't see why not. You just need to keep track of one more variable, which is the max rank that the player has gotten for that mod. We don't know.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that would be the reason. The fact that you'd have to have another number. Yeah, that's highlighted it. You'd have to have another number which indicates the rank it can go to and the rank it is. Right? And depending on how they've structured the database, that might be the problem. Yeah?
Yes, even I can appreciate this one. Yes. I remember when I had to completely redesign a database from scratch because I wanted to change literally one variable to link to one other variable, and the whole thing needed to be rebuilt for that.
Yeah, well, you were doing it in Access, and your lecturer...
SQL.
Was it SQL?
I don't know, SQL. Access? I did Access when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, when I was doing my degree, they tried to actually get us to do databases in Access, and I was like, "Are you having a laugh?"
Mad.
Yeah.
No, I did
yeah, I never turned up to a single lecture.
They made us do databases in SQL.
Yeah.
It was fun. I loved it. It was really cool. Really good fun. Right, moving on. Sorry, last thing. Sorry, yes. I think it's more to do with... I swear these comments are psychic. I think it's more to do with how the database would register the mod if you had it on multiple builds. Say if you had Prime Pressure Point on one melee weapon at rank 10, maxed, but then also the same mod equipped on a new melee weapon that you just got, and you don't have enough mod space, so you downrank it to rank 5.
I think the big thing is, this would make it like a crazy amount of space to take up all these individual mods and things like that. Whereas you can have it in the database, right? These are the stats for a prime pressure point, right? Then you can say how many prime pressure points does this person have at unranked 1 through 10. Yeah? So you're saying the quantity, not the quality. Because the quality can't change, you're fine. But if you turn around and say, right, they have this mod, this one specific mod, which is maxed rank, but can be downgraded to rank, and is now rank 1, it becomes a bit of a minefield in the terms of the database. So they would have to restructure the whole database just to accommodate for this, depending on how bad it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is in there, and it probably isn't that great, seeing as that they haven't even tried to implement it.
Yeah.
Right, that's it for the replies.
Okay, I'm thinking. I mean, Yumi, do you have anything you want to add to this?
No, that's pretty much it. You said it well. Well, what you said is pretty much it. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I'm thinking, question-wise, do you think DE should sink time into mod downgrading?
No, personally, no. There are lots more things that need attention before that.
I'm curious, actually. You guys, what if as you just said, there are other things that require attention. What is your top one or the top thing you think they should spend more time on adding or moving in the game right now?
Arcwing.
I'm sensing you're saying Arcwing, but I'm going to listen to Yumi's reply now.
Arcwing. No, Yumi's reply is Arcwing.
Is it? Oh, sorry. He just sounds. He's done such a good job. I mean, obviously, as being one of your Patreons, you must get to download the ability to copy your voice exactly.
Yep,
Arcwing. I'm sensing Arcwing from the both of you.
Sorry, I shut up.
Yeah, I can't really say precisely there. I personally don't have one big thing that is a problem for me, but I can see that there is. Well, you can always strive for improvement. There are just some things that by now really needs it.
An example? Anything you feel it's good to look in?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Defense definitely needs. Defense definitely needs looking at.
Yeah.
Yes. For example, like for me, again, as I said, the defense title I liked the most was the Cool Forces one. The defense title I like the least is the Uranus one, because it's the one that has 4 points that rotate which one you have to defend.
Yeah.
On paper, it sounds more interesting. Problem is, it's also the largest defense title. And since the points are located on the sides of the map instead of the middle, it kind of really messes up how the enemies come to you. And so each wave takes at least in my experience, each wave takes twice as long as on a normal map.
Yeah. The idea is sound, and the map tile is okay, but sadly, the AI's pathing causes the map to take a lot longer time due to inefficiency or whatever, and it gets confused by the pathing. So if it worked fine, the tile would be fine, it'd be exciting, but it gets bogged down because
that's why one thing I said the defense definitely could need is like set points from which enemies come from. You can do like a multiple one so that people don't just bottleneck don't just go bottlenecking one. Still, that's definitely something that needs work.
Right, topic 3, Xeno.
What was your answer?
Ooh.
Didn't think of that, did you? Oh, you didn't.
K drives.
Oh, damn, yeah, K drives.
And I'm gonna put this out there. I would accept removing Arcwings from Fortuna.
I would accept that as well, but I think I'd still want more for K drives.
Yeah, I still would want more for K drives, but I think one of the solutions to making K drives viable is just getting rid of Arcwings from Fortuna and maybe even the planes, because then you'll be like, oh, I have to do this. No, but then you'll be like, okay, but I've got my K drive. The problem, it's very problematic though, because when you take things away from people, it's a problem. But yeah, K drives also need more things. As an example, the ability to mine and scan and catch animals from them.
I
As an
think
example.
not
Combat
only
from them
that,
would be good as well.
but the way the bounties are done as well, so that they're not all over the environment. That is
actually that's what the bounties is one of the reasons why I actually prefer planes over violets, because that is still small enough so that you can have more reasonable distance between bounties. Also, it again might be just me, but it feels like the planes have more bounties that are not tied to a specific location. In the valleys, there seems to be a lot of bounty objectives that are specifically tied to a specific place, like a base or something, like one of the bases or something like that.
No, I agree.
Right, topic 3.
Topic 3. Right. Clan management tool needs serious attention. Not everyone uses or wants to use external software to have effective clan management. We should be able to communicate with all our members online and offline and not have to worry about who hasn't been reached. Oh my god, we came up with this kind of idea before. The easiest thing to do is make use of an inbox system. If we could send out a mass email to everyone's inbox, then the people offline would see it when they log on. Disagree with that. We also need an automatic welcome message that we can customize to welcome people to the clan/alliance. We spend a lot of time trying to share and explain resources to new members, or stuff all the info into the message of the day. Some members didn't even know there was an event going on, but we couldn't even track people beyond the top 20 people in the clan. A large problem that was for this particular event. The statistics for it were missing from everybody's profile. So we couldn't even do the super long way to check profiles. A simpler solution to this would be to allow us to scroll through, at the very least, our own clan leaderboards. What I'd really like to see is a clan register in-game with nice columns with heading like name, size, rank, research, occupation, that can be moused over occupancy. That can be moused over for a tooltip explaining what each heading means, then being able to sort by column and search, so players themselves have an in-game way to review clans and send requests, join those that look interesting to them. Right, okay. That was a huge one. So this is where I'm going to do a shameless plug to go check out episode 3 of Framecast, because we ended up talking about are clans still useful in Warframe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
that sounds awesome.
One of the ideas that I stole, was from the BattleNet launcher, where you could talk to people in-game and out of game as long as they have the client open. Now, this would mean that DE would either have to look at doing their own client or hook into another client. But considering how much DE are willing to engage with other big partner pieces of software. Hell, if there was a Discord channel for your what's the name of the thing? For your clan, you know, so you could go into the game, you have your clan chat, and that was hooked up to a Discord channel on a server. That would be amazing, because you could talk to people in game and out game. Yeah,
It is. I wonder again. It's how much effort you put up.
I think that would be quite a bit of effort, but I think it's better to have a piece of software that specializes in doing communication across PCs or the internet and things separate from the game, and have the game specialize at being a game. Because I never talk to anyone using the Battle.net app. You know, I rarely talk to people when using the Steam app. So why not have it that a game like Warframe, maybe Warframe could use the Steam chat. Maybe Warframe could just use Discord. I think that would be a smarter idea. Yes, they'd have to get in a partnership, but they've already done a lot to hook into some of Discord's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, maybe this is an idea for Discord. See, the issue I have with so did anyone? I heard a tisk. I heard.
Well, again, well, I kind of have the same idea. It is definitely an interesting idea. The question is whether or not the work involved would make it worth it.
I personally think it would be worth it, because we're in a lucky position because we're Warframe partners. Often we just have an active clan because, you know, we just say, hey ho, clan here, who wants to join? And we actually did get some people joining the clan from the last announcement that we were looking for people, to the point of we had to turn around and start rejecting people. Because otherwise we'd be upgrading the clan, and then it would be too difficult to get the statues for the event.
Well, the next one's what, 100?
Yes. So now that there's no event on, I'm not opposed to doing it. But
again,
yeah. So, but the big point is that it's harder to find clans and things like that. Another big thing is, what are clans good for, right? So that's a separate thing that, you know, is discussed at length in the Framecast video. So go check that out. You can either check out the highlights on the main channel, youtube.com/XenoGalleon, or you can check out the full 2-hour-ish talk between me and Michelle on youtube.com/Michelle Post Malone Games. Right? So Post Malone Games. He makes it hard. Loz, make sure I put a link in the description. Oh, I think I forgot to put a link in the description last week. Anywho, Loz is typing frantically. Anyway, don't type. No, Loz, take the headphones off. Oh yeah, I should put it at the end of the document. Cool. All right. So I think the inbox system only works if people log in. But if they don't log in, it's useless. Yeah? People often check... Well, some people check their email frequently. Some people don't check their email at all.
Yeah, I would worry about the game, giving people the ability to make the game send people emails. That feels like too much power.
That is a... I've seen many games, and even with the in-game messaging system, I've seen way too many of those get hijacked by spammers.
Yeah. And so you can be a new player coming into the game. You get an invite from one of these clans that are just going to spam you messages, and they'll fill your email inbox full of messages like, buy platinum from this website, buy platinum from this website. Yeah, too risky, I think. But how about this? There is still in the Lisette a console on the front left that does nothing still.
Yeah.
Should that be the clan console? So the guild message of the day is there, and maybe it can glow with massive bright lights when there's new stuff to go, hey, look over here at the clan stuff.
I'm not opposed to that, but I think a form of communication between on and offline is better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's turn that console on the the left that isn't used for anything. Yeah, let's make that a clan thing. It could be a glorified Word document that basically highlights, oh yeah, if you want to find cool things, go to this place or that place or wherever.
Yeah, and it makes it easier to see the message of the day. You can actually have it in a pop-up. You can actually know the words. You don't even need to click anything. You just have to walk over to it and it's there.
Yeah. So I'm totes down for that.
I think it's much better than something invasive like sending people.
Yeah. The other thing that I thought was really interesting was the being able to navigate whether or not people participated in an event. I think that is a huge problem. Only knowing the top 20. If you are a shadow clan like we are, that's not a problem because there's only 30 bloody members.
Yeah.
Right? So I think yes, that should be scrollable and it should show you all participating members.
But then again, it was bugged anyway. So you would. Oh no, you.
No. Because it's top clan participants.
Top ones, yeah.
I think it should just be clan leaderboard and you can scroll up and down it.
Yeah. Right, I think we've talked about the stop enough. I don't think we agree with
I think I've talked about this. I don't know if you guys said anything. If you guys, if you have anything,
Well, I am in a clan, but that's basically for research and plus work. We're a smallish and not very, and our activity is limited. So again, for what I needed for the clan stuff works as for these more in depth stuff. That is for people who look at it, which that is not me.
But you would be a player on the receiving end of this kind of stuff. So would you feel like if you logged in and the thing pops up, hey, here is the clan message of the day. Here are clan emails for you to peruse.
I think I prefer the console. The console, the pop-ups can be really messy, and that's one of the reasons I like Warframe. Is there tends to be only one.
Replies, Xeno?
Yes.
Clan communication and member management has been stagnant for years. I hope that when the clan UI is reworked as part of the overall UI rework, that we see some improvements like we have with the other systems. However, waiting with nothing but hopes and dreams isn't good enough anymore, especially if Railjack is going to be more clan focused. We need better in-game tools for managing our people. That's pretty fair, pretty reasoned, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly that, again, it's just gone beyond the original design specification. It's one of these old legacy things in the game that just hasn't had a look in. Next one. I don't often agree with a post that long, but count me in on this. Finding a good clan was so daunting. I gave up and made my own. I never faulted any of the clans I was in, such as, why are we name shaming? Odin Network. Great bunch of guys. But really, how on earth could the leadership manage us in this format? It's like trying to run a clan with a 1980s mud text interface. I mean, yeah. So when you think about it, the clan's got up to 1,000 people, and you can look at the top 20.
I think 3,000.
3,000. 3,000.
So, Ghost 10, Shadow 30, Storm 100. Mountain was 300. Maybe it is 1,000.
I think it was 2,000. I don't.
No, I think Moon is 1,000. I can't remember if there's 5 or 6 clan ranks.
Clan directory. Wow, I didn't even know there was a clan directory on the forums. But okay.
Is there 5 or 6 clan ranks? That's the ultimate question.
5.
Then it's 1,000.
Maximum capacity is Moon Clan, 1,000 members.
Yeah, 1,000.
So managing 1,000 members with this system
Yeah.
is a daunting task, to say the least.
Yeah.
Last reply. I can agree with a lot of your points. Requirement and even trade could be better with a simple posting window. There is no reason to spam text for the same thing over and over. Should be one window for people to scroll through rather than race to read everything before it disappears off the chat window forever. That seems like they're talking about trading.
Yeah, maybe that's internal clan trading.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I want to ask the card. What card am I asking? I'm asking clan console versus in-game, out-game, in parentheses, Discord chat. Yeah?
Yeah.
If I was given the choice, I'd totally say in-game, out-game, Discord chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're done for topics. Are you? Yeah. So I wanna ask another small card real quick.
Secret card.
Secret. It's. I should have asked this at the beginning, with the dojo dusting, but I didn't. I am selling the new Cavnifex t-shirts and everything. But one thing I wanted to know was, would people be interested in a t-shirt design of Crabbug, Cavasect, and Cavnifex? So it's really simple question. So a t-shirt of all three of them.
Could you put some art somewhere or link in the description to an example of the art?
Sure. Yeah. I can see if I can get that sorted. It should be like something really simple. But yeah.
Let me just let's remind you.
Yep, I will have to talk to the artist about that. Would you like a grab set?
Next is memes, yeah? So I'll paste some memes.
Yep.
6 memes. 6.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
I say wait a second. I mean, wait 30 seconds.
Well, just so if wanted, Yumi could get them up ready or have them.
Yeah. You having good time, Yumi? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking that we're a bunch of idiots, and you're like, oh god, why am I associated with these people?
No, I prefer debates which I am involved in.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Right. Are we good to go?
Yep.
Oh, off. That's the graphs, that's one. Whoops. Right, so number 1. Lars, you haven't updated these.
Yes, I have.
Did you got Dropbox turned on?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Have you filled my Dropbox again? No?
Oh.
Up to date?
Look. Doesn't
Dropbox.
The last one was 7 days ago. Number 6.
Oh, have I done it into that stupid folder on the desktop again? Is that what it is? Let me delete this desktop. If it is, hang on.
Well, copy them first. Don't just delete them.
Yeah. Of course. Are they? Yeah, I have. Sorry. That's
if you want, I can talk you through setting up a symbolic link between that folder in your Dropbox and your desktop, so that they're in both places at the same time.
There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Trust me. I did it.
Or you can just create a shortcut.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I did. That's what I normally have. Because when you go to save it, it goes to download, and there's a download folder to the meme. But I don't know why I wasn't using that, or if I changed it or something. Oh, it's because I reset the computer. Do you remember with the thing?
Yeah.
That's why. But anyway, they are apparently updated now.
They are updating. They are updated. Right, ready?
Lovely. Right, let's start again. Meme frame review. Let's go.
Right.
First one. Get it while it's hot.
Oh, fuck off. I've just realised what this is.
What is it, Xeno?
So this is a piss take from the $1,000 monitor stand for the new Mac Pro monitor, and it's just like, Apple, what the hell are you even doing? So
Okay, Xeno, but I have a question. This thing versus, don't you guys have phones?
Don't you guys have phones? So true. But
what
still,
you mean versus?
As in another person on stage giving a complete faux pas of with not really understanding the audience or what's going on.
Oh no! I just think that Apple, same level for me. It's like, what the hell are you even thinking, Apple?
Anyway, Barricketeer meme. There we go. Always good, and
Yeah.
you know the Barra would definitely say that for that many ducats.
Oh.
Right. Next meme.
It's
every day, bro. It's a very common meme. You got an endgame meme here.
Yeah.
Warframe. Me when I open the game. 50 endo. When he gets given the sandwich.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought it was a taco.
It's a taco.
Whatever.
Yeah. There we go. Next meme.
Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't understand.
It's kind of like quite a menial, tiny thing that puts you in your place. It's like, well done, you've logged in. Have 50 endo.
Okay.
There you go.
What was the title with this?
It's every day, bro. As in every day. The game's like, there you go. Have a very small, tiny amount of things. It's got 1,200 upvotes. I don't know. That's what people like. Right, next meme. Let's go. Yes! Yes, now this is the meme of the week. This is the Me and the Boys meme. Because the original Spider-Man TV show is nothing but gold. So this gets been redone so many ways. There's a Warframe one of Me and the Boys. I think we had the Rhino on last week.
Yeah.
This is the full Me and the Boys meme.
Yeah.
Me and the Boys, when Shadowstalker accidentally spawns in front of us, mastery rank 20 plus. And there's your team of Tenno with their guns, and they are very happy boys. They are happy. And it's, as it says in the title, you are already dead. Right, so moving on to number 3.
Whoa. What's the Green Goblin? You got Rhino, Zephyr, Volt.
No, I don't think it's that level of thought. So it's.
I think it is. I think it is. Loz. I think it. Loz. I think it is.
I think you're taking the meme too.
No, Loz. I think it.
Green Goblin threw grenades a lot, so he's wallbang.
There you go.
Sounds good. Right, on to meme number 4.
Yep.
Me too. How do we know if they're actually dead or just pretending? Were you visualizing a bloody battle? Or just shut the fuck up? And then I go around and stab everyone. Because
I'd actually say this one's the meme week. Okay, so number 6?
Number 5.
Oh, number 5. Okay.
Number 5?
Yep.
Shit, again? Lotus. Tenno, vast numbers of ghouls are appearing near Cetus. Help them. Me. No. With the old spoiler for Endgame, obviously, at this point. There we are.
Well, you didn't have to say that, because then it wouldn't have been.
Hey, if you haven't seen Endgame by now, even though the fact it's still in bloody cinemas, so there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Right, there we are. No, I don't think I will. There we go. Right, and then the final one. Now, I'm keeping this one as a bit of a controversial point here. So anyway, final meme. Here we are, number 6. I'm just here to declare this meme officially dead forever. F. Now, it's the Peri-Bible Fellowship, I think, of a kid cheating.
Yeah.
And then so he hands something forward. It's Warframe handing something to Destiny. It says, Destiny looks in it, it says, I'm free to play. Now, first of all, I think this is not true. So Destiny 2 have announced they're coming out with a sort of free-to-play-ish thing. You get all of the Year 1 DLCs. That's the base Destiny 2 game. You get Over the Mars content, Overmind, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then you get the Thing of Osiris content. And then from reading some of the descriptions, you also get access to all of the other planets that will be in the expansions. But you still have to buy Forsaken. You still have to buy the Shadow Vault or whatever it is expansion. And you still have to buy the season passes. So I'm sorry, that is not to me free to play.
Wait,
I have to pay a fee.
Can you still level up?
I don't know this. You see, can you still reach the highest light level in the game? I haven't seen a yes or no on this. I assume you can, because you can go to all these different planets, but you can't do any of the story content. You can't do any of the raids or any of the strikes that are related to those expansions.
Well, if that's the case, I'm not too opposed to it. But if it's
free to play,
no, I certainly wouldn't say it's free to play.
Yeah, I'm not happy with people saying Destiny 2 is now going free to play. It is not. I've got basically all the content, so have you, Xeno, that you can get on the free stuff. We've got the original game. We've got the first 2 DLCs. That's called the year 1 content that we're getting, and then all we're going to get
2 or 3
is 2.
Is Forsaken the third one?
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
Yes. There we go. Have you got Destiny 2, Yumi?
Yeah, I've played. Yeah.
Did you get it for free?
Yes. There was one moment when it was going for free. I got it. I kind of enjoyed it. So when the Forsaken stuff, when there was a time where Forsaken went on sale, I got it as well, so I can go further. Then when I hit the max, I played. There were 2 reasons I kind of dropped it. One was that the story I really didn't like the story aspect of the game, since it kind of felt, well, for the base game. Honestly, for the base game, I honestly think that if you took out the part with the blowing up the sun, not only wouldn't you lose anything, the story would actually be better for it, since they wouldn't need to continuously raise the stakes.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Forsaken, the storytelling was improved, but they also had to freeze the game's best character to do it.
That's true.
And afterwards, when I managed to hit the max light level at the time, I realized I had no motivation to continue. Basically, I didn't enjoy the gear system. I did play some of the Black Armory stuff, but that was just. That felt like just bullshit, because the light levels that the activity said was recommended were not actually ones you needed to complete the activity. So that was bullshit that I quickly got sick of. So when I managed to hit max light, I stopped. I deleted the game, deleted the BattleNet launcher, and haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
I hope you actually deleted the game for everyone, though.
But the thing is, I've seen people who are I'm not going to name names. I've seen people who have been going, "Oh yeah, Destiny's going free to play," and these are people who have done reviews of the content that they're giving free to play, the original game and the first 2 expansions,
and have absolutely shat on it. Yes,
and they actually said this was awful, and just because it's free now, it's like, no, this is the content they basically can't sell anymore. And it's a demo. It's free to demo.
It's not just that, but it's also the fact that what's the name of the damn thing? Like when Bungie announced the whole cross-save thing, I'm like, everyone just went, oh, "This is the best thing ever." Why? Do you?
Oh, but I can play on a PC and then go on my Xbox, which I don't own, and then I can play on my PlayStation,
which I don't own.
Yeah.
And I guess I could go play on the Google thing, which I think is going to be free. So yeah, I guess I could go play on that. I guess, but on my TV.
The whole cross save thing only works as much as the game both the game and the system it's on is available.
The big thing I want to know is accounts for PC, how they're going to transfer to Switch. Sorry, Steam. So, because obviously it's on the Battle.net launcher, like...
Yeah, they said it. Apparently you just log into Steam and that'll be it, and it'll transfer over. That's what they said.
But how? That's the big thing. Like, being able to associate your account between... So, unless it's like, oh, we found your save files, shove them into Steam. Anyway.
Yeah, I see what you mean now. Yeah, it's not like, well, I have to... Oh, yeah, we'll have to see. We'll see. But anyway, I just want to say, because I'm sorry, that meme is not there. Destiny is not going free to play. Yes, they're offering a lot of free content, but that's not the whole game, and that is the content which everyone said used to be rubbish. It's nothing. And compare that to what Warframe says is free to play. They are not comparable.
Warframe. Tell you what you should do, Loz. What you should do, right?
Yeah.
you should update this. So instead of like I'm free to play, it should be I'm actually free to play.
Yeah, I'm real free to play. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Right. Anyway, that's it for that. Let's move on to your community shoutouts.
Yay! Not too many community shoutouts this week. Not to compensate for the fact that there was a bajillion last time. Right. So the first community shoutout is this amazing. I should wait for you guys to actually get them.
I was about to paste it to the wrong place.
Yeah, my bad. Right. So the first community shoutout is this gorgeous Mesa Prime by Complete Alienation.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Oh,
it's in the group chat. Scroll down underneath the. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, see it.
Cool.
Yep.
So my only criticism on this, I don't know if Loz can guess what it is.
Is it the?
Only criticism.
No.
Weird boob shine.
Titties.
Yeah, it's weird boob shine. Why has it got weird boob shine?
Because lights.
Yeah, but she isn't shiny. Why is the rest of her matte apart from there? It's like,
I'd say it's more the arms. The legs do have a bit of shine to them, or a bit better lighting.
Yeah, there's lighting, but there's shine, right? This is animated.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. It's as if somebody got like a conal light and just focused it just on the chest, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, fair point.
But still love it. Right. Number 2 is this Nidus by Silent Scream. I think this is by Silent Scream. It was kind of hard to tell. So there's 2 versions of this. The one that I'm actually showing on the stream is the classic colors. They also did like a green color tint as well.
Oh, I like the green one better. The green one's very nice.
Yep, so that was gorgeous. Yeah. Right. The third community shout out is Roomba Hug by Archer. So everyone's going mental over these Roombas, so which I don't think any of us
He hugs the Roombas when no one is looking. It's why they are all so happy.
Yep. I don't think.
Still, again, if anyone comes up with a way of me to give free Roombas to PC players, let me know.
Yep. So maybe we could get people to create their own memes. If we find them on Meme Frame, then it's not counted. And Loz lives on Meme Frame. He lives there. And I can certainly tell you if it was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. So that was 3. So 4.
Yep.
Is this Vieira Lotus by Miss Leos. So I think this is like a Final Fantasy 14. What's the new expansion coming out called?
Shadowbringers?
Right, something like that. So it's the bunny people from Final Fantasy 12 coming into Final Fantasy 14. So it's a mix of that with Lotus.
You should send that to Sam.
Yes, I should. Right. Then the 5th community shout out is this Manga Mirage by Chorandia.
Oh wow, which was
Chorandia? Really, really hard to.
That is awesome.
Yeah, there's actually a coloured version of this as well, but I had to do the black and white one because traditional manga. Also, I like Tenno Jump. That is currently being obscured by Loz, but yeah, Tenno Jump. And then
in the description below.
Yeah. And then the last 6th community shout out is Corpus with a K by Zenuka. So it's a little music video, very short, very sweet. Yep. Nice artsy piece.
Oh, these just done in Captura?
Yes. But there's also visual video effects as well. That on top.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zen does good stuff. Yeah. I'll have to watch that later.
Cool. So that's it for the community shout outs.
Let's finish this off, Xeno. Let's go to your quote.
My quote?
Yeah, it's your quote.
Is it my quote?
Yes.
Yumi, take us away.
Okay.
Hold on.
I declare cheating!
Hold on.
This is cheating! He's gotta do his work for the...
I've actually got a quote ready as well. However, Yumi asked if he could do a quote.
No, that's fine. You can do one next week.
No, I've got mine ready. I'll do that one too.
No,
I'll do it too. Yumi.
No!
Yumi.
Yumi.
Don't make me silence you.
Okay. Quiet, you sniveling sycophants. It's true. I went through a great deal of trouble to recreate MDRLOz's build, his strategies, even his perfectly coiffed helmet. In fact, that part is what took the longest.
What the hell? Is this a movie?
Yes.
A movie. Do it again.
Quiet, you sniveling sycophants. It's true. I went through a great deal of trouble to recreate MDRLOz's build, his strategies, even his perfectly coiffed helmet. In fact, that part is what took the longest.
Is this pre or post 2000?
Post.
Post 2000.
I love that we've got... Sorry, Yumi. This has made my day completely. Somebody...
Is this sci-fi?
It's science fantasy. It has high-tech stuff, but it also has magic and shit.
High-tech stuff, but magic and shit.
And they're recreating somebody.
And they're focusing on the hair.
Yeah. Well, it might not be the hair, but it's something like...
No. He said, say the head bit again.
Even his perfectly coiffed helmet. In fact, that part is what took the longest.
Yeah, it might not be.
It could be the head.
It might be like tail or something. It might be.
Is it the hair?
Yes.
It's the hair. There you go.
Something with hair. Oh.
I don't know if I know this. Is it a particularly popular movie?
I can't say for how popular it was, but the franchise it's from is very popular.
Wait, it's a franchise?
It's franchise. The movie was a sort of conclusion to a generation of said franchise.
Oh,
but I feel like they're making like a clone or something of somebody, and like a copy to do some sort of mission. It's like, quiet, you sycophants. And they've recreated something, and they're saying like, I've made the perfect, like they're analyzing the quality and how much effort I put into copying this probably a hero or something to make it look like this person.
I don't know what this is. So
like, is it an animated film?
Yes.
Oh, it's animated.
Is it Mastermind?
No.
No.
I'll say the movie was originally released in 2016, but the English release was in 2017.
Oh god, this should probably make even more sense because we'd be like, why is it not coming out? 2017 animated sci-fi and fantasy, perfect quality.
What country is it originally from?
Japan.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna ask this. This isn't Redline, is it?
No.
No, magic. I don't know what this is. I haven't got a clue.
I shall also give up. What is it?
Okay, I'm going to give you the original quote.
Oh, okay.
Quiet, you sniveling sycophants. It's true. I went through a great deal of trouble to recreate the Pharaoh's deck, his strategies.
Oh my fucking god!
This is
that was...
Yes, it's this
Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's Beyond Time. The time traveling. Is it time traveling? No,
no, that's not the one.
Which one is it then?
Dark Side of Dimensions.
Oh,
Dark Side. Yes, the time traveling one. That was basically somebody's fan fiction that they put film, but the
really?
Dark Side of... No, I don't know, but that's how it. But that's how it looked when I watched it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Dark Side of Dimensions was basically a capstone to the first season's cast.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. So
thank you, Yumi. That was amazing. We'll save yours for Xeno for next week.
Are you sure? Because that will actually shift the numbers, and then you're going to be the odd numbers, and I'm going to be the even numbers.
But it doesn't make a difference anymore because we have guests on every episode. And I didn't even know that was how it was working anyway. I just keep track of manually.
Well, okay, fine. I'll do the next week, and I'll change it. So, cool.
Because I thought that was so good. I really think that was that's better. Like maybe it's because we're doing one every week, but and yours was that's so high quality. That was amazing, Yumi. Thank you very much for that.
He just doesn't want to end on my sour note. So cool. Right, moving on. So
that's the reason is then I get 2 weeks of not doing.
Yeah, I thought so. Right, so that's it for this week. Thank you very much, Yumi, for being on and being a lovely supporter on Patreon. It certainly makes my wallet happier for getting Arbiters produced. And we will see you guys next week when we have another special guest who I have already planned out, but I can't remember. End screen!
Goodbye.
In the end screen. I have 5 minutes before the next thing.
Right, I'm going to go now. I need to go pee. I'll see you guys. Thank you very much, Yumi. And Yumi, that was